interesting point this weekend on Meet the Press. You were saying that Hillary Clinton emerging as a front runner is bad news for the Obama administration. Why?
Well, it's the timing of it, right? There's lame duck status happens to any second-term president in two phases. One is in Washington, in the ongoing back and forth with Congress. At some point, you sort of just run out of political capital. The president is running up against the clock on that over the next year. But then the second phase, of course, is are you leader of your own party? And at some point, the outgoing president is no longer, sort of is a leader at large, but is no longer the rallying point. And if you're Barack Obama, you want that to start as late as you possibly can. When you're watching all of this movement around Hillary, whether it's the super PACs, whether it's grassroots organizing by Emily's List, whether it's what Hillary herself is doing with various speeches, that is something that accelerates that process. And it's an unintended consequence. Nobody's saying that this is what Hillary Clinton's trying to do or anything like that. But this is an unintended consequence, and it's going to make it harder for Barack Obama to stay leader, to sort of be able to marshal resources. OFA is struggling enough as it is to prove itself as an entity outside of a presidential campaign. Having to compete with Hillary Clinton makes it even tougher.
So, Tina, it's a problem, obviously, for Barack Obama, because you're already having people line up holding fundraisers for Hillary, promoting Hillary.
Yeah, but I'm not so sure it's so great for Hillary Clinton, actually. I mean, I think there is the kind of the curse of the front runner situation for her now. This is just getting so much kind of focus on her, so much early, garbage about her, so much, anger about her, which will build. And in a way, by the time that she runs, she'll be an old story again, which I do think is a problem. It's like you can see the freshness of a Chris Christie if he were to be the nominee. A newer story, a fresher story, and that was one of her problems last time, was that she felt like old news. So I don't necessarily think it's so great for Hillary Clinton that all of this.
I'm with you, Tina. I don't understand why she's out so early right now. I don't know why they didn't take the entire year off.
And
it might have been better, actually.
We will all remember back to 2007. There was already Clinton fatigue. Right. Remember when David Geffen gave his famous interview to the New York Times?
Absolutely.
And just ripped into the Clintons. You could almost hear, the entire Democratic establishment quietly going, here, here, because there was Clinton fatigue. And that was 2007. Right. I'm not good in math. I went to University of Alabama. I don't have to be good at math. We're #1 again. So I only have to count #1, Sam Stone.
Where's Al Hunt?
#1. Exactly. But, I mean, my gosh, that was 6 years ago we were talking about Clinton fatigue. We're going to hear about this for the next 3 years?
Right.
I agree with all of you guys. Because
there was a golden thing going on for her when she left the State Department.
Right.
And suddenly it's back into Clinton land. And I don't think that press is great. Obviously, the Huma Abedin stuff hasn't been very helpful either.
Thank you.